Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl, Grace Torie, and I'm back with my puppy for a whole new podcast episode. I actually have my other puppy. Here he comes. I can't be giving anybody attention without him giving his stamp of approval. So, yeah, I'm really excited for today's episode. I was going to do, this elaborate episode, and it was going to be crazy, and then I remembered that I don't feel good. I don't know what it is the past couple of weeks, but I just have not felt good at all. It's been storming really bad. I'm in the belt of the US where there's tornadoes and hail and flooding. So it's been really, really fun. So nice. But with the weather, it's I just want to sleep. So I decided to change gears. My birthday is this month. It's April 21st. So I wanted to do something kind of birthday related to get the vibes up. So we are going to be reading Birthday, Petty Revenges, and then also Birthday Am I the Devil, because I feel like those are a little bit more juicy than just straight up Am I the Asshole. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. They just mention birthday at some point throughout them, so yeah, I'm really excited. And then my Evie girl is with me because she just wants to snuggle too, and Luna's over there. Evie's birthday is on Tuesday. So yeah, it's a little early birthday party for her too, because she's gonna be 8 years old. My Evie girl's gonna be 8 years old. That's so crazy. Let's just snuggle up and read some of these stories. Give me your opinions on them. But that's pretty much it. Before we jump in, don't forget to follow, subscribe, comment on whatever platform you're currently listening or watching on. If you're on one where you can leave a rating or review, that would mean the absolute world to me. It's free. All of that takes about 0.2 seconds, and yeah, it'd be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and jump on in.
I'm Grace Torie, and you're listening to That Girl the Podcast. Grab a beverage of choice and settle in, because the new episode is starting now.
This first one is called Petty Proposal. My now husband, male 40, and I, female 36, have been together for 12 years. We have a 2-year-old son. For context, I am white and my husband, we'll call him D, is black. Our relationship was rocky at first, but that was because his family treated me like crap. My husband did not have a backbone with them at all and let them treat me poorly, which caused us a lot of fights. They always insulted me for being white, especially the women. The worst was his sister. I tried so hard early on to get along with her, let her cry on my shoulder, use my home for parties, gave her rides, kept her secrets, etc. None of it mattered. She still treated me like garbage. Finally, I gave up on trying, but it was still hard going to their family functions where I was always alienated. I ended up getting pregnant when I was 33, and it was like their mistreatment got worse with me. We found out I was having a boy, and his sister kept talking to me as in how I was going to raise her nephew. In other words, he wasn't allowed to be white, act white, look white, list goes on. Out of nowhere, my husband told her and the whole family to back off of me and stay out of our business. I was shocked and proud that he finally stood up to his family, but it only made things worse. His nephews would come over and call me names when he wasn't looking, and also suddenly destroy or steal my belongings to where I couldn't prove it was them. We stopped having people over at our home because of it. His sister would tell the family that I have D on a leash and spread rumors about me controlling him. She even tried breaking us up several times. We quit participating in his family functions because of it. I was almost at the end of my pregnancy when Dee asked me if we could go to his sister's birthday party, an event she went all out for with renting a hall, having it catered, and with a DJ. I was not interested, but he thought it'd be good for me to get out of the house and promised we'd leave after an hour. I caved and we went to the party. The party was okay, and I sat with the black sheep of the family where no one could bother me. Next thing I knew, my husband was on the microphone. I thought he was going to make a speech for his sister, but then he called me out to the center of the dance floor. I was mortified. I thought maybe he had too much to drink. Next thing I knew, he was on one knee proposing to me. I was in tears, I was shocked, and of course I said yes. After we got home, I asked him if his family was mad that he proposed at his sister's party, and Dee looked at me and said, "I hope so. I've had enough of the way they treat you." The only reason why we went to their party was so I could propose to you and ruin their night at the same time. He apologized for not standing up for me enough in the past and hoped I wasn't mad that he proposed this way. You know what? I wasn't. Was it petty? Yes, but I took it as his way of showing his family where I stand in his life and exactly where they stand, in the background, minding their business. After that, his family stopped harassing me. We're not close by any means, but there's no more drama. So, his pettiness worked. I guess he just had to match their energy to get them to understand. Yeah, this is like petty, but this is like a good petty. Like, part of me is like, okay, this is gonna start a family feud. But then the other part of me is like, I don't start fights, but I finish them.
Ladies do not start fights, but they can finish them.
I love to see it. I think the only way that I would be like, not a fan, is that if she wouldn't have wanted that. Like, if the wife would have been like, I didn't want to be proposed to at your husband's party, then I would have been, or at your sister's party, that's when I would have been like, no. But he clearly knows her well enough to know that, like, that wouldn't be an issue. So, yeah, I support it. I love a petty king, so great way to start off. Gifting daughter presents meant for husband's side piece. Backstory. Back in 2018, we went on a Christmas trip to see my now ex-husband's sister. Ex-husband is Joe, sister is Jill. He was acting strange and would not talk to me. His sister, from whom I only met one time before, ignored me. I was wrapping presents we had sent to Jill's and Joe, and Jill went outside for a period. When we went to pack up, Joe was very concerned about his backpack. Only he could touch it. Hi, Evie, do you like this story? I thought this is odd, but whatever. A month prior to leaving, I found a prepaid card in his wallet. I took it to see what he would say. He asked about it and said it was for work. I found it and gave it back to him. About a week later, I asked if he was having an affair. He said no, and I dropped it. We have not been in love for quite a while, and I knew we were heading towards divorce. Upon returning from trip, something told me to look in his backpack. So while he was showering, I looked and found 2 bracelets and a gift bag. I took the 2 bracelets and hid them. All was well until he went to the car to leave. He came storming in, demanding I give the bracelets back. I simply replied, "What bracelets?" He said he bought them for me for our anniversary next month. He knows I don't wear bracelets and actually hate them. I guess Evie has places to be. Leaving her own birthday party. Shame. Why would he be freaking out if the bracelets were for me a month later? He stormed out and we didn't talk about it again. I was finally able to get in his phone and discovered text messages confirming the affair. The revenge. 2 years later, we are divorcing. I am cleaning our rooms, helping him pack. While cleaning, I found the 2 bracelets I had hid years ago and forgot about. I didn't want them, but our middle child, female 15, loves jewelry. We were separated, but decided to have Christmas at the house together. So Christmas morning comes, and our kids are opening gifts. The look on Joe's face as our daughter opens the bracelets was priceless. They were rose gold, her favorite. Her face was beaming with joy. He sat there looking at the jewelry like a deer in headlights. Edit. Some have strong feelings about gifting my bracelets to my daughter and her feelings if she finds out. I have no intention of telling her. Joe will not say anything. He denies the affair completely when talking to other people. He has also since abandoned the kids. He moved out of state without telling them and only contacts them on holidays and birthdays. The only way she would find out is if I would tell her. We stayed married for those 2 years for financial purposes. So, this is great. Like, I love this. I think it's perfectly executed. However, the one thing is, I have been the daughter in this situation, and I know how soul-crushing it would be to find out that you were like a pawn in the game. Like, I don't know if she would view it that way, but that is how I would have viewed it. So that would really hurt me, and I just hope your daughter doesn't ever find out. Like, even years down the road, if you're like 30 years old and if she's like 30 years old, don't ever tell her. Like, don't ever be like, oh my gosh, I have such a funny thing that happened, and then tell her, like, if you're drunk or whatever. Like, just don't. Just do not ever tell her, because it'll make her feel like, it'll make her feel awful. But other than that, great. Revenge was good. It fell into your lap, I think. And you found a good use for it. This next one is horse themed, which I really am excited about because you guys know I'm a horse girl. Just like a shred of context, they do vaulting in this. So if you don't know what vaulting is like gymnastics on a horse. So they have the horse canter, or it's kind of like running in a circle on a lunge line, and then you're on top of the horse doing gymnastics and such. So that's a very basic definition of it. I've never tried it. I've always wanted to, but that is what they do here. They're in France, so I think it's more common in Europe. But anyway, highly petty story here, but I can't help it. Sorry it's so long. So a girl in my 34 female kiddos, 8 male class, name change for privacy, Maya. I made her some vouchers for her birthday. Vaulting lessons on my horse, who is basically an overgrown puppy, an 18 hand Percheron, which is an overgrown puppy. They're draft horses and they're very sweet. I love Percherons. These lessons are valued around 50 euros each or 250 euros each if my husband joins. He's multiple times a world champion in the sport. Right away, some parents made comments about letting Maya ride my horse, and her mom made fake exasperation gestures, which took me back a bit. I thought it was a nice gift, but whatever. I made a special horse logo and printed sweatshirts with Maya's name on them, so I moved on to these gifts and brushed it off. Then spring hit, and I tried to organize the vaulting. Nope, no time. Weather wasn't warm enough. Excuses. I knew Maya had been having issues with the local stable and was discouraged with riding, so I was motivated to give her a great lesson experience. That's red flag number 1. If she's having issues with the stable, horse people are crazy, so it could go either way, but someone on one side is wrong, and there's a 50% chance that they're in the wrong and a 50% chance that the stable's in the wrong, so. Continuing on. We finally get a day set to do it. My kiddo is excited Maya is coming over. She used to have a crush on him, but I don't think my lad has ever crushed in all his 8 years. And last minute, Maya's mom canceled because there were clouds. She figured there might be rain. There wasn't. And when I said, okay, Maya must be so disappointed, she responded that she hadn't told Maya. She organizes with me and never tells her in case she needs to cancel last minute. Holy cow. This blew me away a bit. I really got the impression our lesson was scheduled like how I schedule all my lessons, like an appointment basically. Nope, apparently not. Apparently when I give a service for free, people assume it's worthless, which is understandable. That's not understandable. That's them being entitled. Anyway, summer comes and goes without a word, and I finally get one of the 3 vouchers used last week, and Maya is complaining that my horse isn't advancing or moving fast enough. I kept him at low gears because she was really unbalanced and also to keep her comfortable. And she is saying she wants to go on a trail ride, etc. I insure my horse in multiple ways, including as farming equipment since he's a draft, and I also have my gallops, so I have a license I renew every year, which insured me as a rider. She doesn't, and for these reasons, plus her mom still hasn't given me a waiver, I am not scheduling a trail ride with her. Also, she was just bossy and rude to my horse. She called him lazy and fat. Don't get me wrong, you can insult my potato, but only from a place of love. The petty part. So now Maya's mom is sending me messages saying things like, this is translated, "It's such a lovely day for a ride," or "Today would be a great day for a trail ride." And whenever she does that, I send back pictures of my trail rides and endless video clips, GoPro clips of my horse galloping, and thank her for the inspiration, because it is in fact a lovely day for a ride, which is just what I do. Since they were such a pain in the butt, they can watch me enjoy the heck out of my good lad. When I saw Maya at school, she asked when she could come back to ride again, and I just said when the weather is acceptable. Honestly, I put on the vouchers that a waiver is obligation valid for summer, and I will honor them for the sake of a future rider, but they have trampled my good graces, so now it's nothing but petty from here on out. Yeah, okay, so the kid's entitled, the mom's entitled. Also, what I'm surprised about is that you even let the kid on the horse before having a waiver, because usually you can't even step foot on the property unless you have like the waiver signs. That's just like, I know you're in France, but it says she's American, so I don't know like what it is over there, but here in Kentucky, which is the only place I've really ridden, you have to like literally have a waiver sign saying like if you get hurt, the farm is not liable, because she would definitely blame you if she got hurt. I think you did the right thing by being like, nope. And instead of like being like, oh, it's such a lovely day, anytime her mom said something like that, I would be like, oh, sorry, don't have a waiver, sorry. Like, I would just be like put it on her, because it is on her. Be like, oh no, don't have a waiver. Also, the fact that you are just like gifting free lesson, and like it's for a kid in your like son's class that you aren't like super super close with, for your own personal horse is so wholesome and so sweet of you. Like your horse, like as someone who has a horse, like that is like my child. Like I am very like, I don't like the idea of like just anyone riding her, and like that just like the fact that you did that means that you're just so wholesome and you really did want to help her. And I'm sorry they took advantage of you, but honestly, this is harmless petty revenge, and I love to see it. I'm here to see it. Am I the a-hole for ruining my nephew's birthday party? I, 26 female, am the youngest of 5 children and have a close-knit family, but do have a rocky relationship with my sister-in-law. She and my brother have 4 kids together, and she definitely wears the pants in the relationship. My nephews, they are twins, are turning 9, and my sister-in-law wants to have a family birthday party for them. My family lives relatively close to one another, 30 minutes or so, with the exception of my brother and sister-in-law, who live about 2 hours away from all of us. My sister-in-law is planning to have the birthday party at her home with just my family, her parents, they live near her, and her sister's family, equal distance between our family and my brother's sister-in-law. After speaking with my mom, I called my sister-in-law and asked if we could relocate the party to my parents' house. I'm 37 weeks pregnant, will be closer to 39 weeks at the time of the party, and would feel more comfortable closer to home. 2 hours in the car at 39 weeks pregnant is a lot, not to mention feeling nervous about the possibility of going into labor. I told my sister-in-law that my mom, and myself, to the best I can plan and pay for everything for the party, since they would have to make the trip to us. My mom had agreed to this. She could still plan and do whatever she wanted, but the thought was to compromise and take some of the pressure off of her in return for her relocating so I could be there. My sister-in-law refuses. She said that it is her kids, her party, and must be done at her house. She said it was selfish and disrespectful of me to even ask. She said that it would take the boys out of their environment. Their older girls, which are 12 and 14, would not be able to hang out with friends after the party, and now her parents would have to make the trip too. I tried to reason with her, but she wasn't having it. She said I was ruining the nephew's party by causing this tension, and if I didn't want to come, I didn't have to. She accused me of using my pregnancy as an excuse to gain control. As it stands now, the party is at her house, and my husband and I will not be going. I am just not comfortable being that far away from home so close to giving birth, and clearly she didn't want to take me up on my offer to make the party easier for her and have all of our family together. She is mad at my mom for not telling me that I was being ridiculous. My parents are still going to the party, as they should, but I'm sure my sister-in-law will make it known that she is upset with my mom. Am I the a-hole for asking my sister to relocate my nephew's party so I could attend? Yeah, you're invited to the party. It's not your party, so I don't know why you would think that you can just be like, not only am I coming, but I'm going to rearrange, like, are you going to change the theme while you're at it? Edit. I understand all of the "you're the asshole" comments, and I'm not trying to combat them. I did see some questions on how pushy I was. I think when initially writing the post and saying I tried to reason with her came off as pushy. I respect her choice not to move it and understand why. Just to clarify, none of my nephew's friends will be at the party. They had a separate friend party plan. I think the background here is also that we have a rocky relationship, not because I'm entitled, but because she is always trying to alienate my brother from his family. She has a rocky relationship with all of my siblings as well as my parents. I don't expect this to change that I'm the a-hole here, but I see a lot of questions in the comments. My question is she actually like pushy, or are you and your family constantly trying to do these types of things to her? Because if your mom is siding with you, then maybe you all are constantly trying to do this to her. Maybe that's me just trying to play devil's advocate, because we do have like a lot of strong personalities in my family, so I understand people just doing the most unhinged things and being kind of pushy. But yeah, it just makes, like, if you had the balls to like come out and be like, you should move your party 2 hours away for me, and like, I don't know, at least you agreed to pay for it, but like, I feel like this isn't the first time you guys have done something like this, but maybe she is just pushy, who knows. Moving right along, my boyfriend threatened to break up with me on a Harry Potter marathon night that I planned because he was embarrassed and would rather drink at the club. 32 male, 29 female. Yesterday was his birthday. We both are Harry Potter fans, but I'm more into it, and he likes golfing and cars more than I do. Yesterday morning, I asked him if he wanted to go out somewhere and told him that I'm planning on a surprise tonight. He didn't ask anything further and left for work. During the evening, I had set the sofas, spread the blankets, arranged the coffee table, fluffed all the pillows, warmed up the place. I made pizza at home for the first time and made smoothies. I brought all kinds of sweets and made mini Harry Potter-like candies with them. I had got this idea from those reels and had always told them that I wanted to try it out. He didn't see my message until around 9:30 and arrived at 10 o'clock. I didn't mind it much, but told him that I had everything prepared and that we could snuggle up and watch together. He told me he was tired and didn't want to do it, so I tried to re-question him to sit with me for at least one movie. He somehow agreed. So you're forcing him to do it? I don't know. Okay, we'll keep reading. He ate the pizza but didn't try any of those mini candy structures I made. And then we were comfortable enough, the broomstick scene comes. And I told him how I used to crush on Draco as a kid. He suddenly got up from there, and I nearly hit my head on the sofa board. He told me I was embarrassing to still be obsessing over Harry Potter as an adult, that his friends' girlfriends are more mature than me and are actually planning their lives ahead. I didn't know how me liking this related to that, because I barely ever talked to him about Harry Potter much before. He just walked away after that, and I let him. Wait, so you don't talk to him about it much, but you said that, like, he liked it enough that you're going to do it for his birthday? Okay. When I didn't come back to sleep, he tells me I have horrible taste for even crushing on Tom Felton, and then he looks like a sulking cow now. Okay, that's kind of unnecessary, but it's kind of funny that he's like, and another thing.
And another thing.
Tom Felton? Like, that's kind of just... What hurt me most is that he didn't even taste the sweets I made, or even lie down with me for at least an hour. I would have been okay to even change the movie or shut it down, and when I tried suggesting, he just kept shaking his head. He told me to fix my ways before he gets fed up and leaves me for good, and that he left a real good offer of drinking at the bar with his friends. It's morning, and I haven't talked to him yet. He just left without even looking at me. I might be at fault here for not taking his interest into much consideration. I just thought we would like it because I would show him stuff like that, and he would always admire it. I feel kind of hurt. The pizza I made was also his favorite, but he didn't seem to show much for it. I don't know. I may be overreacting. I don't know if it's right for me to love this series anymore. I have been a part of my childhood, and I grew up with it. We have been together for 3 years now. So I think you're asking the wrong question, bestie. You shouldn't be asking, like, am I too old to be liking Harry Potter? Because, honestly, no. There isn't, like, an age limit. I have friends that are well into their 30s that absolutely love Harry Potter. I think that the problem here is everything that you planned started with, I wanted to do this, or I've always thought about this, or I love this. And you're like, yeah, I mean, I guess he, like, even when you're talking about him, you're like, I mean, he kind of likes it, but he likes this more. So you know what he likes. You're like, and he came in and he just wasn't really excited about it, but I forced him to do it. Like, can you not see the signs? Clearly there's something bigger bothering him, and then you pushed him to the point where he communicated about it and was obviously frustrated, and I don't think it's that, maybe it is that you're immature. I think the problem in this certain situation, because obviously I don't have like a wide scope of your entire relationship, is that you planned the perfect birthday for you. You didn't plan the perfect birthday for him. And I think this could have been solved if there was more communication. I know for like birthdays with Josh and I, we have two very different definitions of fun. Like for me, I really enjoy going to the bars with my friends, and that's fun for me. Josh hates going to the bars. Hates it. He does not have a good time. The only time he goes is when I ask him to go with me. So if I were to like plan his birthday and be like, let's go to the bars, he would be like, ew, no, why? Like, and then, but if I ask, like, he's planning my birthday and he said like, hey, would you want to go out? Would you want to do this? And like, I'm not like necessarily like, I like the idea of like your partner planning a surprise for you for your birthday because it shows how well they know you and how much they love you. But based on this, it seems like you don't love him or know him very well at all if you're planning something based on you. Or you do love him, but you think that, like, your idea of fun is better than his. So, and not to say that that's a bad date idea. You could always just do that on a random Saturday night. Like, you don't have to do it on his birthday. Why did you do it on his birthday? Like, you could have done it any night. So, yeah, save something like that for just, like, a random night when he's feeling up to it. And actually do something that he cares about for his birthday. Like, you both could have gone out with his friends for his birthday. Why didn't he invite you? That's another question. Like, it just seems, this relationship seems off. I feel like there's more context I'm missing. Like, why didn't he invite you? How much did you talk about this? Clearly, there's a disconnect there. So, yeah. We're gonna end it on this banger of an Am I the Asshole? Because it's wild. Like, the audacity of some people is crazy to me. So, we're gonna read it. I haven't heard from my 23 female boyfriend, 26 male, since last night. How do I get him to communicate? My boyfriend of almost a year now, Tom, is very upset with me right now. I messed up in a horrible way, and now my boyfriend hasn't spoke to me since last night. My boyfriend shares his birthday with one of my friends who is a party promoter and was turning up for his birthday. The issue was unfortunately the lounge and party my friend James was on is the same day as my boyfriend's birthday dinner. My boyfriend just wanted to have dinner with me and his friends and then a romantic evening today. I made a mistake and lied to my boyfriend and told him I was sick so I can go to the lounge with James. Ooh. I shouldn't have done it. I really enjoy this particular lounge and it is always turned. Imagine that being an excuse. Sorry, it's just so turned. It's just so turned. I had to. Oh my god. Okay, still James, his girlfriend, and my friend all told me to just have dinner with my boyfriend, and I didn't listen. So I went with it, turned my location off, and prevented my boyfriend from being able to see my story. I told my friend to use the Instagram setting to prevent my boyfriend from seeing her story. She lied and said she did, but I'll deal with that later. That's not... Okay, after pre-gaming, we went out to the party, and at this point, my boyfriend thinks I'm asleep. Here's the text exchange. Tom, dinner was amazing. You would have loved it. But okay, get some rest, babe. I love you. I'll be up playing the game. Me. I'm glad you had a good time. Heart emoji. I wish I could have come. The little emoji with the, like, tears in your eyes, like, smiling. What game are you playing? Good night. I love you too. Tom. Detroit become human. I didn't reply and went out, and at 12:32 I get a text. LMAO, you're hilarious. I'm an effing fool. He sends a screen recording of me taking shots from my friend's story. LMAO, you also said you don't have money, so you couldn't get me a birthday gift, but buying expensive bottles for other people? I'm just fucking stupid. LOL. I then noticed he unshared his location with me and blocked everywhere. I cursed out my friend, but she claimed she thought she removed him from being able to view her story, but I think she did this on purpose. Girly pop, I don't think she's the issue here. I think you might be the issue here. I was calling and apologizing, but text was not delivering. I took an Uber to his apartment. They have 24-hour concierge. Even though they know me, they said they can't let me in without his permission. He unblocked me just to call me, and he was crying. He just said, please leave, and I wanted to melt. I took an Uber home after that. I have a lot I need to say, but I want to apologize and tell him I love him. I was being selfish and shouldn't have, and I plan on spending the rest of my life spoiling him. He spoils me rotten, and I haven't reciprocated like I should have. That changes now, and I will be the girlfriend he deserves because I'm telling you, he's the best boyfriend I ever had. How long do I give him before I reach out? I know he needs space, but he normally communicates very well, but this time he's just not communicating. You didn't get him a present. You didn't spend time with him. Like... Ooh, what? This is just so bizarre. So bizarre to me. I don't understand. Like, if that's, like, your person, like, if that's your person, like, you're like, this is the person I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with. Whether you're married, dating, whatever, you don't turn them up because the club was just too turned to pass up. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Also, you didn't get him a present at all? He spoils you rotten and you couldn't get him a present? Yeah. Top comment, you're not ready for commitment or a relationship. You need to grow up. These are not mistakes. These are choices you made. And you're only now sorry because you got caught being an asshole. Like, she would not be sorry if he didn't find out. And, yeah. Someone said I messed up, she said I messed up, but I'm genuinely trying to make this right. You're right, I need to grow up, and that's why starting today, I'm going to spoil him rotten. The relationship was completely one-sided, and it's time for it to change. I want him to feel valued and special. Little late. I'm wondering if she is upset because it sounds like he has a good amount of money, like, went to a nice dinner, has an apartment with a 24-hour concierge. I'm assuming he makes a good amount of money, and I'm wondering if he... like, spoils her, like, actually, and she doesn't want to lose that, because as a 23-year-old, that's not exactly common, that you get that. Like, she probably doesn't make that much money, because she's just starting out her career, I'm assuming, if she's in the U.S. So, Yeah, obviously she's the worst. I just thought that was so crazy. I had to share that. Let me know your thoughts if you can comment down below. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna edit this and then I really want to read and maybe take a nap, but I appreciate you guys, all of your support. Listening, watching it means the world to me. If you take a second to leave a review or a comment, like, you guys don't understand. It makes my day. I smile so big. I get so excited. You're my whole world. And yeah, I upload every single Sunday. I will see you next Sunday with a brand new podcast episode. Love you guys. Bye. Everybody say happy birthday, Evie. Happy early birthday, Evie girl. Bye, guys.